World's biggest-selling British female artist.
Now, thanks to the marvels of modern technology, she's teamed up with the late Eva Cassidy in a duet that's being hotly tipped, as we said, for the Christmas #1. What a wonderful world.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Just beautiful, and you're going to sing that for us at the end of the programme. So why Eva Cassidy?
Oh, I've been such a huge fan since about the age of 15. You know, when she first came on the scene, and as you mentioned before, it was after, unfortunately, she had passed away.
Yeah.
And I had this strange thing happen to me as a fan, because I was going through a period as a musician where I felt a bit down about the current music industry and thought there weren't any great artists, because I was into like the Beatles and John Lennon and Dylan and Joni Mitchell, and just didn't feel there was anyone I associated with in the current charts. When she came on the scene, she just totally took my breath away, and I thought, oh my God, finally there's someone there. And I didn't realise she was dead until I said to my friends, we've got to go see her live, and they said, unfortunately, she's not here anymore.
Well, it's such a terrible, tragic story, because she's one of those people that really, she was on the scene in Washington, wasn't she? Massive on the scene in Washington.
She's incredible.
And people saying this is an incredible woman who can sing anything. And then she got melanoma, got cancer, and died only in 1996, I think, only at the age of 33.
Yeah.
And she's one of those artists, when you listen to her singing, thinking, well, what would have been, what could have been, had she lived? What would she have been like? Because she has the most unique voice.
She does. I mean, you know, who knows? Some people actually close to her, I've heard say that she probably would have hated the whole limelight and would have probably discouraged it.
Really?
Which is quite interesting. So it's, you know, it's odd when you think about things like that. It kind of just shows you that, as far as the music industry goes, you don't really know. Sometimes, you know, pure talent isn't enough. You know, a lot does have to do with luck. But I think it's wonderful that her music was still, you know, was still heard by so many.
So how has this duet, What a Wonderful World, come about? Is that your idea, or your record company, or...?
It's, well, it was actually through the charity, the Red Cross, who got in touch with my record company, who wanted to do, you know, who wanted to do something together to raise some money and awareness for their UK work. And I did a duet already with Eva on Over the Rainbow about a year ago, and it just seemed to go really well. There was an incredible response to it, which kind of surprised all of us, because I have to say I'm a huge fan of hers, and I always hate it when, you know, people cover other people's songs or mess around with it. So it was a real, I had to really be very sort of reserved in what I added to the track, and not kind of, you know, mess it up, I suppose.
Is that quite an emotional experience? You said you were a huge fan. To be singing a song with the late Eva Cassidy, how do you feel when you're actually recording?
It was just very surreal. I mean, it's really hard to describe. I mean, I don't know, it's very difficult to describe, but it was just very emotional. What was incredible is, because I was singing with her, I was listening to her in a different way, and suddenly it kind of, you know, made me realise why I loved her so much, why I loved her voice so much.
Yes.
Because she has the most sensitive way of singing. I mean, her whole thing is about sort of doing things really subtly.
Well, it's there. You guys, so you're going to sing it for us at the end of the show, Eva Cassidy and Katie Melua. What a Wonderful World. And it's available at a well-known supermarket, which starts with T and ends in Esco's. Okay?
That was clever.
But I can't, you must understand that I can't actually name it.
And the proceeds for that are helping people in the UK specifically, aren't they? Which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people know the Red Cross for their international work, but you know, there's people don't really know about its work in the UK. And I mean, it did a lot, especially this year with the floods. It helped a lot of people who, you know, went through a lot of tragedy through that. God, they do so many things. They also provide emergency aid, things like if your house burns down, and that stage between, you know, your house burning down, all your belongings going, and the insurance company sorting out everything. There's a real interim horrible period where the Red Cross is the charity to go to, and they will, you know, provide some help. So.
Well, I mean, you can get it online as well, of course, and here you are with your album, Pictures. There's an intriguing track on here, which there's one called Mary Pickford, who of course was married to Douglas Fairbanks, and I think they started United.
They did,
Was it the
yeah.
United Artists or?
It was United Artists, yeah. That's a quite strange little song because it got written from a calendar that had silly facts on it, and one of them was that Mary Pickford used to eat roses, and she did this because it was her beauty regime. So that kind of got us interested in her, and then the song got written.
And how many tracks have you written of this? Because I noticed
I've
with your
written
albums, you're writing a few more each time.
Well,
it
yes,
seems.
yes and no. I only had 2, I think, on the first one, and then about 5 on the second one. And this one is about 6, but I've done quite a lot of co-writing, which was one of the things that I felt was a big challenge to me before, and it was great to meet up with the right, you know, composers and be able to work.
And are
together.
you happy with the music industry now? You said at the beginning, you know, sort of looked at it and thought, well, there's nothing I really identify with. I mean, how do you fit into it? How do you feel?
I'd like to clarify that what I meant was that you know, there was the music that was around was all R&B and hip hop and pop music, and I think that's great for like partying and going out and dancing, but I just didn't know what was sort of raw and emotional. I think, you know, the music industry it's a business at the end of the day, and that kind of adds a lot of politics to it all. But
well,
as
those
long
other
as
artists had a bit of a pop at you as well, haven't there? And there's sort of
there's
people that you haven't even
always
met.
all of that. Yeah, but I mean that's not even a big issue. It's pretty easy to deal with.
You're obviously going to be busy promoting the album, but what are you doing for Christmas? Where are you for Christmas?
Spending it with my family.
Here?
Lovely.
Yeah, in the UK.
Do you remember the last time you came in? We were talking about the stars up their nose.
Yes.
Yeah, that you had been in. Let's have a look at what we said the last time you were in here for this.
And it was when you were only about 15, you entered a TV talent show with an extraordinary
I
name.
did.
Was it called Stars Up Their Nose?
It was. It was obviously a Mickey take of Stars in Their Eyes, and it was brilliant. I mean, I loved it. I kind of sang Mariah Carey's Without You, and it was like a great laugh to do. And
Well, I mean, we didn't have a clip, of course, because they're very hard. Yeah, thank God, because they're hard to find. But since you came in the last time, what?
No.
What? Since you came in the last time, I have no idea. We have had a team of 35 people who have worked tirelessly 24 hours a day working to find
Are you
that
serious?
clip.
They couldn't.
And in fact, it turns out that the director, Richard, who directed this who's directing as we speak now, also directed that one. So he had the clip, and here it is. That's gorgeous.
You didn't get gunged, though.
No, I
'Cause you
did.
people
Well,
got gunged on that.
I
Yes.
won. Oh, I can't believe it. I thought I got away without anyone ever seeing that. There we go.
I think we should get you a copy of that, don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe you
I've
don't
got
want...
one somewhere
Have
in
you?
the attic.
So
yeah.
you've got the other copy.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in
Thank
today.
you.
It's lovely to see you. And so Katie's album Pictures is available now. Yours doesn't get promotional copy, not for resale on it. You know, it won't look like that. And then of course we've got Katie and Eva. What a Wonderful World, which she's going to do for us at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Actually, not really.
It's all right, I forgive you.
Thank you. Right, it's time for a little update on our Care for Carers appeal. This year we haven't just been asking you for donations. Of course, we've been asking Scholastic. Here's Katie Melua and the late Eva Cassidy with What a Wonderful World. We'll see you on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Have a great weekend. Bye now.
I see trees that are green, red roses too, myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of the people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? But they're really saying, I love you. I see trees of green, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I think to myself, ooh, what a wonderful world.
Well, this afternoon, it's a moving 60-minute makeover to come at 2. Then this week's 3 finalists are cooking up some delicious treats at 3 o'clock at Rosemary Schrager's School for Cooks, before Midsummer Murders later at 4 o'clock here on ITV1.
This is the best bit I've ever seen.